Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Excellent Economics. In this video, we will discuss about some important multiple choice questions on theory of estimation and hypothesis testing. As we know, UGC NET exam is going to held in the next month, so it will be helpful for all the UGC NET aspirants and also for post-graduation, MPhil and PhD entrance examinees. So thank you. Now coming to the questions. The first one, which of the following test is used for testing the independent of qualitative attributes? And given options are option A t-test, then f-test, then chi-square test and z-test. And out of these four type of test, here we use for testing the independent of qualitative attributes, we use chi-square test. So here the correct answer is option C. So option C is the correct answer, that is chi-square test. Then next, which of the following is known as large sample test? And given options are t-test, z-test, chi-square test and f-test. And as we know, z-test is known as the large sample test, and basically we use when the sample size is more than 30. So here the correct answer is z-test, that is given in option B, z-test. Next one, which of the following test is used for testing significance of individual regression coefficients? And given options are t-test, z-test, chi-square and last one should be f-test instead of test. And here for individual regression coefficients, or significance of individual regression coefficient, we can use t-test. Whereas for overall regression coefficient, significance of overall regression coefficient, we have to use f-test. And here the question is given for individual regression coefficient, so it should be t-test. So here the correct answer is option A, that is t-test. Next, the ratio of two independent chi-square variate divided by their respective degree of freedom is known as. And given options are f statistics, t statistics, z statistics, chi-square statistics. And here the correct answer is the ratio of two independent chi-square variate divided by their respective degree of freedom is called f statistics, which is given in option A. Then next, in which of the following distribution mean equal to degree of freedom? Given options are t-test, z-test, t-f, chi-square and z distribution, and mean is equal to degree of freedom in case of chi-square distribution, which is given in option C. Now next, which of the following test is used for analysis of variance? And given options are t-test, z-test, chi-square and f-test. And as we know, analysis of variance or for ANOVA test, we use f-test. For ANOVA or analysis of variance, we use f-test, which is given in option D. So here the correct answer is f-test. The next, which of the following test is used for goodness of fit? And given options are t-test, z-test, chi-square and f-test. And here the correct answer is option C, that is chi-square test. Next, which of the following test is used to test the overall significance of regression coefficients in a multiple regression model? And for overall regression coefficients, we use f-test. And here it is given in option D. The next, in a chi-square test with 3x5 contingency table, the degree of freedom would be, and as we know, in case of chi-square test with contingency table, the degree of freedom is row minus 1 multiplied with column minus 1. So here the answer would be 3 minus 1 multiplied with 5 minus 1, that is 2 multiplied with 4, which is equals to 8. And it is given in option A. Next one, Which of the following is a non-parametric test? And given options are t-test, f-test, z-test and chi-square. And as we know, out of these four, chi-square test is a non-parametric test and all the other tests are parametric tests. So here the correct answer is option D, that is chi-square test. The next one, which of the following is not a property of a good estimator? And given options are unbiasedness, efficiency, linearity and consistency. As we know, there are four properties of a good estimator and these are unbiasedness, efficiency, consistency and sufficiency. But here the wrong option is given in option C, that is linearity. Linearity is not a property of a good average. So here the correct answer is option C, that is linearity. It is given instead of sufficiency, here it is given linearity. An estimator is called unbiased if the expected value of the statistic is equal to. An estimator is called unbiased. We called an estimator as unbiased if the expected value of the statistics is equal to, given options are equal to parameter or greater than parameter, less than parameter, equal to estimator. And since an estimator is called unbiased if its expected value if its expected value is equal to the parameter, and here the correct answer is given in option A, that is equal to parameter. The next, an estimator is called efficient if its variance is, given options are equal to 0, minimum, equal to 1 or maximum. And as we know, an estimator is called efficient if its variance is the minimum, which is given in option B. So the correct answer is option B, that is minimum. The next, the theory of testing of hypothesis was initiated by, given options are Neyman and Pearson, Carl Pearson, Edward Spearman, Abraham Wald and Pearson, White and Pearson. And out of these four options, here the correct answer is option A, that is Neyman and Pearson developed the theory of estimation or the theory of testing of hypothesis. So here the correct answer is option A. The hypothesis of no difference is called, this is a simple question, the hypothesis of no difference, and given options are null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis, simple hypothesis and composite hypothesis. And as we know, the null hypothesis, as it is written in the form of equality, so it is called hypothesis of no difference. So here the correct answer is option A, that is null hypothesis. The next, which hypothesis specify the tail of the test? Given options are null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis, simple hypothesis and composite hypothesis. And as we know, the tail of the test, whether the test is a one-tail test or a two-tail test, can be understood from the given alternative hypothesis. So here the correct answer is alternative hypothesis, which is given in option B. Then, accepting a null hypothesis when it is false. Accepting a null hypothesis when it is false is called, accepting a null hypothesis when it is false, then we are committing a mistake, and the mistake is called type 2 error. So here the correct answer is option B, that is type 2 error, that is accepting a null hypothesis when it is false. Similarly, rejecting a null hypothesis when it is true is called type 1 error. The next, probability of type 1 error. Probability of type 1 error is known as, given options are level of significance, degree of freedom, critical value, tabulated value. And the probability of type 1 error is known as level of significance, and it is given by the symbol alpha. So here the correct answer is level of significance. Then the next, which of the following represent power of the test? Given options are probability of type 1 error, probability of type 2 error, first one is 1 minus probability of type 1 error, 1 minus probability of type 2 error, and level of significance, then degree of freedom. and power of the test is known as 1 minus probability of type 2 error, or 1 minus beta is called 1 minus beta. Beta is known as type 2 error. Symbol of type 2 error is called beta. So 1 minus beta, or 1 minus probability of type 2 error, is called power of the test, and it is given in option B. 1 minus probability of type 2 error is called power of the test. The next, type 1 error and type 2 error are also known as DOS and DAS respectively, and given options are producer risk, consumer risk, producer risk, individual risk, joint risk, and joint risk, individual risk. And here the correct answer is type 1 error is known as producer risk, and type 2 error is known as consumer risk. So here the correct answer is option A, that is producer risk and consumer risk. So we have completed 20 questions related to theory of estimation and hypothesis testing, and if you find it useful, then please like this video and give your valuable comment. And if you need this type of MCQ questions on any other topic, then please give your valuable comment on the comment box. Thank you all.